It's unfortunate that we're not in touch enough with what we want, because what we're doing is we keep casting things aside. Well, we don't want that. We throw it away. We don't want that. But some of the things we're throwing away is the only way to get what we want. Being a cynical old man, I always laugh at these young men who are trying to re-enliven this warrior spirit. It's like, that's not how those guys lived. They didn't go to the grocery store. They didn't have a parking lot to put their car in. It's like they went and they found stuff, and most days they failed. That's what those guys went hungry. Like you were saying, generations were lost because the warriors failed. And I think we're experiencing some of that in the internal life of our young men right now. Yeah. We're losing them because the adult men are not maturing. They're not included, because we keep acting like men everywhere we go. It's like we are scarred and calloused and with little or no objectivity around how that happened. No one's going to a bunch of men and going, hey man, you guys got a whole bunch of, unless we can make it a dramatic PTSD thing, we're not really in touch with the suffering of men and how masculinity gets through that so our culture can still exist. How we push ourselves, we walk with a limp, the shoulders sore, my neck and my back, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I am dependent on to do it.
Yeah, versus what seems like one of the primary strategies of making men more and more obsolete. Right? Well,
it's I don't know if it's a strategy, if it's that conscious. I think it's
unconscious. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They're trying to find a way to. It's unfortunate that we're not in touch enough with what we want, because what we're doing is we keep casting things aside. Well, we don't want that. We throw it away. We don't want that. But some of the things we're throwing away is the only way to get what we want.
There you go.
You need men to be self-sacrificing, not self-involved. You need them to be able to put aside their desire for the well-being of more than just themselves. It's like in Native culture, who you are in the community is more important than your name. It doesn't matter what your name is and what you call yourself and the attributes you validate yourself by. It's like, did you help your grandma? Did you put meat on the table? It's like, we don't care what your name is. We can call you anything. Doesn't matter to us. Your name is expendable. Your contribution physically is what the tribe needs to survive. And right now, I think we're as men, we're at a very cool transition, and it's probably going to get hot, of consciousness. Because we are back at the, you can't go slay the dragon for validation anymore. Right. And so what we're bringing to the table cannot be filled with defiance and rebellion. We have to find a more cunning, more sensitive, more accurate, more precise way of being in the world that brings the things to the table that we have always brought. Reliability, security, safety. But how old are you before I tell you it's your turn to make it safe?